Hello my darlings, Deandine back with another video. This is a special video about another way that I'm bringing money into my household, and it's all about consigning with the Real Real. Now, this was not something that I knew about, but after following various social media influencers on Instagram, the Posh Hanger, the Deal Queen, Travel and Thrift, if you're not following them on Instagram, you are losing out, honey. They give the best tips and just ways that they're bringing in additional income from being a reseller, especially if you are specializing in designer or bridge items. So the Real Real is an online consignment store, basically, and it's actually a store that I frequent. I haven't purchased anything, have I? Between Fashion File and the Real Real, I think I've purchased, like, I feel like I've purchased something from Fashion File, but not the Real Real. And so after following, the social media influencers and seeing what they were doing in consigning items with them, I was like, you know what? I have some stuff here that's not necessarily selling, flying off the shelves. Let me just send it to them. And so my ultimate goal is actually, I can't lie, okay? I cannot lie to you. I'm not really interested in making money per se. I'm sending it to the Real Real because my bag for 2015, oh my God, that's probably when I started wanting this bag for real. I want a Chanel Jumbo this year. And I don't see myself necessarily like handing over a check for $3,000 or $4,000, but I can see myself sending stuff to the Real Real that I've thrifted and having it being kept there to spend on a consignment Chanel Jumbo bag. And so my goal is to just whatever fabulous designer items that I can find that aren't necessarily selling for me, I'm just going to send it to them. They'll pay me for it and I can use it towards that bag or whatever other purchases I'm thinking about on the Real Real, because it is designer consignment. Anyway, we're 2 minutes in. Let me go ahead and show you what I'm sending to them and the process that it actually takes. So right here is a huge box that the Real Real has sent to me. And if you live in a larger city, they will actually come out. If you live in a larger city, and I think you have to have 20 items, I'm not quite sure. If you have a large amount of items, they'll actually come to you and pick up the clothing. I don't have that many. I have like 10, 15 items. So they sent me a FedEx box, and so I'll fill up the box and send it back to them. Within that box, let me show you what they sent. They sent this envelope within the box. It's an embossed envelope from the Real Real, and they send you a top, and this is artists, like actual like painting artists that you can consign with them. So they'll send artists. They will send this little list telling you how to do it, how to consign with them, and why to consign with them. Yeah, most items sell within 3 days. I love it. You earn 60% to 70% of your sale. Love it. And it's easy. You just send them the box that they sent you. So that's there. They send you a list, again, of top designers to consign. Top artists to consign over here. And fine jewelry and watches over here. Can you see some of those? So on this list, you can see Alexander McQueen, Balenciaga, Alaya, Fendi, Stella McCartney, Tory Burch, which a lot of us find in the thrift stores, Jimmy Choo, which is like my favorite. I was actually considering sending them 2 pairs of Jimmy Choo that I rarely wear, but my shoes are like my babies, and so I can't do that just yet. I actually have some Miu Miu, actually. I'll show you. You know what? I'll show you, and you tell me if I should let them go or keep them. For men, Dries Van Noten, Balenciaga, Balmain, Gucci, Louis Vuitton, Paul Smith, Prada, so all the big names, Tom Ford, of course, Saint Laurent, all, they take all the big names. So if you're out here thrifting, and on the Real Real site, they actually have a link of the designer pieces that they are accepting. I will remember to go ahead and link that below in the description box, because it's actually good for you to know. It's a good list for you to know when you're thrifting, and it's a good list to know so that you can go onto thecut.com and look at some of those fashion runway shows and get familiar with the pieces. So I'll do that. So they send you this. I say all that to say they send you this, and they send you this. And so this is the form that you fill out to send to them with all of the items that you are sending them. Okay, so let's go ahead and show you some of the pieces that I am sending to the Real Real. So I had a lot of pants from Theory and from Lafayette 148, but I went to the website and they say they're not accepting pants they're only accepting pants for a few designers. Theory and Lafayette 148 were not those lines. So these pants will be going on Poshmark or ThredUp. I don't know. If you guys are on ThredUp, let me know how your experience has been. I think that's once again learning from my social media reseller mentors. A lot of people are doing ThredUp. I've never done ThredUp. Like I said, I find a lot of stuff for $3, $4.25. So I may just send some stuff there. I don't know if Theory would be that type of brand. But Ely Tahari, these are brand new Ely Tahari. Tags attached, $248 that I got for 69 cents. So I was going to send that to them, but Ely Tahari is not a brand that they accept pants from. And what I really could do, and they're wide leg pants, sorry, all the way down. And so what I could do is just send it and maybe they'll take them, but I don't want to chance it. So those are some pants that I'm not sending. Here are the Lafayette 148 ones. And I really love them as a brand. These are 14, which I thought would sell crazy for them. But I will not be sending those. And then some other Theory pants. Okay? So these are items that I'm not sending. These are just some Theory khaki pants that I found. Actually, I found these for 25 cents. So these will probably be going up in my Poshmark closet. Sorry I'm not showing you all the pants, but they're not going, so you don't need to see them anyway. If you want to see them, you can see them on Poshmark, okay? All right. So let's get into the good. So these are items that I am sending. Last week, you guys saw that I thrifted this Ted Baker jacket, right? So this is going. And they did actually have a really good Ted Baker section, so I'm hoping that they take them. They don't have to take everything. That's another thing I want to know. They don't have to take everything. Whatever they don't take, I believe they send it back. Let me go in and check that. I believe they do send it back. I'm hoping it's not like the ThredUp where they donate your stuff, give my stuff back, but I think they send it back. This Ted Baker bag that I've had on Poshmark forever, I'm going to be sending it to them. I think it's a beautiful bag. I think the way that they will style it, I think it'll sell really quickly. I got this from Thrift Giant, what, 2 months ago? Yeah, 2 months ago. These Brian Atwood shoes that I've had in Poshmark forever. They sell Brian Atwood, B by Brian Atwood, so I'm gonna send these. Oh, I remember the days I would just wear these just to the grocery store. Right? Before mommy them. These Cassidy shoes I'm sending. Oh, sorry y'all. These Cassidy shoes I'm sending them. Cassidy is a beautiful brand, and if these shoes could fit me, they're at 8.5, and I tried to squeeze my foot in them and it didn't work, so I was like, let them bless somebody else's life. So I'm sending these. I'm sending this Marc Jacobs skirt. And I got this, what, like 2 months ago? And I was contemplating sending these Marc Jacobs jeans, but I don't know. I have them here somewhere. Because the worst that they can do is say no, right? And so there are 2 pairs of Marc Jacobs jeans. I don't know if they're going to take them because I think they're like 4 or 5 seasons. That's another thing. They have to be really current, the shoes and stuff that you send them. Shoes, handbags, and stuff that you send them. Here are some Todds that have been in Poshmark forever. Some Todd shoes. These are some Derek Lam shoes that I got at the last TJ Maxx clearance. I actually need to go. Have you guys been finding anything in the TJ Maxx clearance? I haven't even gone, but I'm going to go. So these are some Derek lambs that I got that haven't sold for me. And then this theory, oh, that Rebecca Taylor top that I got last week at the 69-cent sale. I'm going to go ahead and send this to them too. You guys already seen this. And so what my goal is, like I said, whatever money I make, I'm going to, because you can either cash out or spend it on the site. My goal is to have enough willpower to leave it there. And when I hit that mark, I will get the Chanel bag. But let me tell you something. I was on that site. If you guys follow me on Instagram and looked at my Insta stories, they have the baddest shoes on sale. Handbags were on sale. I found like these Louboutins for like $300. These Louis Vuitton shoes for like $200. I'm like, how am I ever going to make it to $2,000, $3,000? I don't know. Anyway, this is a theory top that I thrifted. And this was regular price. Tags attached, $248. The price is kind of scratched out. I don't know why they did that. But there's that. And then last but not least, I bought these Dries Van Noten pants months ago. And I just never put them up because I could not merchandise them the way that they needed to be merchandised. And just so you guys can see the tags, so when you're out there, you know what to look for. Now these pants retail for $640. And they were on sale for $255. But of course, I did not buy them for that price. Remember when the Saks was going out of sale and I grabbed some stuff and did some personal shopping? Well, these were one of the pairs of pants that I picked up, thinking that I was going to put it on eBay because it was such a great price. So there's one. And then here are a pair of Dries Van Noten jeans that I found. And these are $300. These were $395. Just some skinny jeans. And so when I took pictures of them, they didn't look the best, and so I just never put them up. So these were the only two items I was actually going to send to the Real Real because I just felt like they would be able to take pictures of them and make them look the way that they needed to look on their mannequins and have them professionally styled. I was not going to take the time to do that, just to be honest. I wasn't going to do that. So yeah, so that's what I'm going to send off to the Real Real. And yeah, I really want my Chanel Jumbo. As a fashion girl, that's kind of like the bag to have in your arsenal. It's a bag that I've wanted for a very long time. I think I really started wanting it in like 2015. And it's a bag that I want Riley to have. It's a bag that I want to pass down and have her pass down and have it just go from generation to generation because it is an heirloom bag. So my goal is to send this stuff, have it sit over there in the Real Real and not spend it until I hit my mark. Just keep on sending them all the designer stuff that I find and get my Chanel Jumbo. So if you have designer pieces that are just not selling for you, definitely consider sending it to the Real Real. It cannot hurt. It can only help. And thanks once again, the Posh Hanger, Deal Queen, Travel and Thrift. There are so many other resellers that are doing this, and so I can't take credit for this. This is all on them, and I hope I'm as successful as they are at doing this because I'm looking at them like, oh my gosh, you made that much? So, all right, love you. We never pay retail. If any of you have sent to ThredUp or the Real Real or any other consignment, please let me know how you did or how you're doing and how the process was for you because I love hearing those stories. I love hearing the success stories and how much you guys are actually making out there in doing this type of consignment. So, yeah, that's it. Love you. Bye.